Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Joining you as always is your host, Tricky. No Holty. He's on some president duties
Jesus, mate.
as we know he was a Clyde Cricket Club president, and the guy who he's getting a major sponsor with, let's just say, in his words, doesn't have his shit together. And no Connor this week, stuck with work. We brought back an OG of the podcast. JP, how are we, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
What's been going on?
Oh, a lot. Sport, work, moving house.
Where are you moving to?
We just moved back with Mrs. Parents just to save for a house for next year. So hopefully,
where are you thinking of moving to there?
Anywhere really that's sort of in the price bracket, we'll say.
And you got your wedding coming up soon. Excited for that?
Yes.
How's the planning? Well, planning's probably already done, but it's probably still a bit to plan as well.
We'll say about 70% done.
Yeah.
There's still a little knickknacks that you need to get. The boys need to get their suit and stuff for their groomsmen and stuff. The girls have already got their dresses, which is good.
Yep.
Need to get the hair and beauty done for Chantal. And then, that's really it.
Excited, nervous, bit of both?
A bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both.
Yeah, kind of want it to come, kind of don't. Because it'll be a nerve-wracking day, I can tell you that. And it's not only just me, it'll be nerve-wracking for Chantal.
And for the listeners listening, where are you having it and why did you was there a reason you chose this venue?
So we're having it up in Cockatoo. Reason being, we wanted it down in Sorrento, but we thought, because we're having a winter wedding, obviously that's the cheaper way to go.
Yep.
Down at Sorrento where it was, if it rains, there's not going to be enough space for all the people if it rains inside. So where we're having it, it's got 3 areas. So we've already picked our outside area.
Yep.
And then it's got like a church part, which is good. So if it rains, we can just go in there.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, so it should be a good day, hopefully. Hopefully everything, fingers crossed, goes well.
And, how'd your cricket season go? Because we haven't really talked about it on here.
It was a bit yes and no. After the break, we were in a good position to possibly play finals, and then, we just couldn't put together a batting performance as good as we thought we could. Like our main top 5 we just went out cheaply.
Yep.
Myself, I was batting a bit lower than usual. I'd like to, but I got thrown at 5 against Clyde, and I actually felt I batted all right, which was good. But Clyde still had the batting masterclass somehow the next week and chased it, I think 5 down or something, chasing 300. So luckily enough not to get relegated though. So.
Yeah, that's lovely. And you still at Narry South for footy?
Yeah, correct. Narry South.
How much? Now, be honest with me. Did you do any pre-season?
No.
That's the answer I was expecting.
No. Cricket took up a lot of my time with coaching 14s and stuff, so I told the boys I'm not going to be down at pre-season. They understood. First game rocked up.
Where do you find yourself playing these days, position-wise?
I'm playing forward now.
Yep.
On the weekend, I had to play ruck in
Ruck?
the 2s.
Jesus.
Yeah, got a bit bruised and battled on that day.
Yep.
But first 2 games, I was playing 1s, playing forward, rotation. But now I played in the 2s, got some confidence back, and hopefully not back this week. Got a trip away with the cricket boys and week after.
Where you heading off to?
Back up to Ballarat.
Oh, yeah, lovely. Bit of a bar crawl?
Yeah, it'll be a big one. We'll say that one.
You getting a bus up there? Or?
No, a couple of the boys are driving up. I'm going up on the Friday night. Going to stay at Mrs. Arnie's place for a night.
Yep.
Go see her because I played footy on Shani's cousin's birthday.
Yep.
It was her first birthday, so I didn't get to see her. I saw her for half an hour because I was up there for photos, and then we drove straight back down because we had an engagement party. But yeah, so it'd be good to see them and spend some time with them for the night, and then next day go out and make some bad mistakes. We'll say,
loose.
Get loose. We'll say
loose.
get loose.
Oh,
Probably won't sleep.
You don't do it as much now, so you do deserve a night out every now and then.
Yeah. Oh, well, what? The night that I said I was at the SB, I think I stayed out till 5 in the morning. And,
yeah, that's the way, mate.
no, I didn't get home till 5 in the morning, and I was
rocking up, and it's already starting to come over the morning sky, sunrise.
I can tell you this now, man. Like I do not miss it because The next day, I was just
Didn't handle the hangover?
no, I could handle the hangover. It was just more the fact of I was like, yeah, I want sleep. I don't want to get out of bed. And
See, I was like that at the start, but I found I've got to force myself to get out and do something. Whether it's get up, go for a walk. I don't know, go. I like to go to gym.
yeah,
Or just get myself doing
just get
something.
yourself moving.
And then I'm good.
Yeah.
Then I find later in the night, again, I crash.
Yeah,
I just get myself up straight away.
See, me, it's hard because you play footy on the Saturday and then you go out all night and you wake up the next day and you just go, oh, my body's like wrecked. You don't feel it during the night because you're absolutely pissed, and then you go, yeah, I regret that every single moment. But then you go, well, look at the good time of it. You know, you've had fun. Now
And you look at the bank account the next morning.
Yeah, I really looked at the bank account the
and then
next
your head
morning.
scratches.
Yeah, and you go, well, you've spent a bit too much here. So.
Yeah.
Nah, how you been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Was doing some commentary for Game Face in the Outer East. I headed up. Where'd I go this week? I went
Was it
to
Wandon and Nari?
Wandon and Nari. Wandon got the win over Nari.
Yeah, I heard that was a big win.
Mind you, not making excuses, but Nari didn't have Trent Cody.
Yep.
And Mudama, I think it is. He used to play for, I think Corey said West Coast or Freo or something. He played a bit of AFL.
Yeah.
So they were missing 2 star players, but Wandon were just a
All over
class above.
How big's that ground?
Not that big at all.
So it's
pretty
tiny.
narrow.
Yeah.
So you had to go. I found, and the people who I was doing it with, who have done it for a few years now, said Nari are better when they're playing on bigger grounds.
Yep.
And this one was more narrow. So you could see Wandon wanted to use a bit more of the, bring it back. They'll take it wide, but then bring it back for the corridor. Nari didn't click onto that straight away. And I think Wandon put on 6 goals in the first quarter. So that was never a great start. And then it was close, and then they ran away with it. I think 3/4 time, it was like 3 goals, but then they ran away with it again in the end. But someone for Nari, I want to say Tom, I'm pretty sure it's Tom Miller.
Yeah.
Got 41 touches. So
Jesus.
he was really good for that midfield.
So he was really on.
Yeah, he was really on. And that was mainly the stats I saw. Someone, Aaron Mullett, just played for North Melbourne.
Yes.
Kicked 5, I want to say, or 4. He
Yep.
had, mind you, 3 in the first quarter, and I thought he's kicking 10 here because he'd kicked 9 the week before. So I thought he's on for 10, but
9.
yeah, it was a decent game. Bit of a drive, but even further this week, I'm heading up to Hillsville. Hillsville versus Berwick Springs.
What do you reckon? Who's got the win?
Well, I haven't studied it enough to know at this time, so I'm going to have to give like a week or two to know a bit more about the league.
How about no studies straight off the bat? Who are you going for?
I think I'm going to have to say Berwick Springs because they're closer to us.
Yeah.
Because they're the closer team to us, but
Yeah.
I don't know because I haven't studied that league as much, and the ones that I have studied has mainly been the Premier Division. This is a Div 1 game, so
Okay.
so there's Premier, Div 1, Div 2.
Yeah. We played a practice match against a Div 1 team, I'm pretty sure. Belgrave?
Yep,
Yeah,
what were
yeah.
they like?
The twos, they only had about 18 players.
Mhm.
We won by a point.
Yeah.
I ended up kicking 3 that day.
Oh, lovely.
That was good. The ones they got over the top of us a bit. They beat us, but credits to them. Apparently, they haven't had a win in I think the 1,300 days or
Yeah,
something.
I
Like that.
went-
Almost 1,400 days.
Yeah, when I was commentating, one of the Outer East guys came over and said Belgrave won. I think it was like 1,360 something days.
Yeah, almost.
And they got the win round one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that it's credit to them. They probably worked really hard over the preseason. They looked when they came running out. They looked very like they'd done a big preseason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was.
They looked fit.
Yeah, very fit. Like, dude, trust me. Like these boys were pretty big as well. Like,
Yeah.
Our ones is small.
Mm-hmm.
So but they got their first win on the weekend, which was good. So yeah.
And what I want to talk about first before we get into the main footy talk, did you see a bit of the Mason Cox in 60 Minutes over in the States?
No, but I want to watch it because I've heard a lot about it. It's going around the newsfeed a lot.
Yeah, Paramount Plus, I think I've heard you can watch it on. And
Yep.
pretty much what it is, he's promoting the game over in the States to try and get more listeners and viewers watching the game to make it go global. So
Yeah.
be good over there. What do you think of making our game go global, or are you one of those ones that kind of just want to stay it in Australia?
No, like What? It went over to, I think, Shanghai?
Yep.
Yep.
And it's been to London before.
Has it, really?
Yeah, twice, I think, maybe.
Oh, there you go. So,
Mind you, went to London, I think it was 1994, and it was just a bloodbath. Everyone was punching on.
yeah, well, that's London for you, though.
Yeah. No, meaning it was Carlton North. I think London was the game Clarko did that King hit.
Oh, really? Oh,
Pretty sure.
there you go. See, like, I'm all for it. I'd rather, like, it's like with, rugby's getting out around, like, rugby's been a big thing everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Cricket, global.
Yeah.
I think a bit of NFL's over here.
Mm-hmm.
So, it'd be nice to see another ground built over in America and, get it really out there. Even, imagine Mason Cox playing in front of his home crowd.
Yeah.
How big would that be? Like, but yeah, like, I'd support it.
Yeah, 100%. And it's good on him. And I reckon he's a really good talker as well. So it's a perfect person to market it as well.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen a couple of his clips on his podcast?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Mate, he's funny.
He's really good.
He knows what he's talking about. Like, it's good. Like, I'm glad that he's, everyone kind of bagged him when he wasn't performing and stuff. And, all the coaches didn't want to pick him. And then you've got Craig McRae, that's picking him like that.
Yeah.
Like, on the spot. Like, he can be a very dangerous player.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've all seen, but he can also switch off.
Exactly, yeah.
Very good. But
his good and his bad is very far between.
Oh yeah, it was like you told me before we started this about how he remember when he threw the ball.
Yeah.
Some people when they're from a different country and they don't know footy, like they're just gonna go to their old roots and just see you later. But like. He's given it a shot and look where he's made it from.
Exactly. Since you're the returning co-host, would you like to do the first game, go over the first game Friday night?
Yeah, I'll get that up. So, St Kilda, Port Adelaide. St Kilda lose.
I think everyone here tipped St Kilda.
I did.
Yep.
100%. It was 76 defeated by Port Adelaide to 83. Look, Port Adelaide playing some good footy now.
Yeah, they are.
Very good footy. We had Gresham 2 goals, Owens 2 goals.
It's an air player, Owens.
Oh, mate, he's flicked a switch.
Mm-hmm.
Especially from last year. Gresham's also another dangerous player that's played well. Steele, Memory, Higgins, Clark, Cordy, Wood, Butler, all 1 goal. How about Higgins?
Yeah, he's playing some decent footy, I reckon.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Right.
I was speaking to one of the boys. There's not that many. He was saying, how we've got small forwards, right?
Yeah.
They're not actually playing as a small forward.
No.
Playing as like
taller than they are.
A full forward, like even like Isaac Heaney, Jack Higgins. Now he's not crumbing the ball. He's getting marks and then kicking the goals.
Yeah.
Whereas your natural small forwards, crumbing, goal, but like these, like Higgins has had probably one of the best starts of the year in his career.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean. Then we had for Port Adelaide, we had Rioli for 2, Powell-Pepper 2, Dixon, Finlayson 2, Boak, McKenty, Houston, and Dersma for 1. Disposals, we had Sinclair, 33 touches. Big game.
He's a star.
Yeah,
he's a star. He'll get a mention later for me in a new segment I'll bring up.
Oh, new segment.
Yeah.
Oh. 33 touches, 559 metres gained. Like, what more could you do? I'm pretty sure he's playing off the half back.
Half back, and he goes in the middle every now and then when they need him.
He's strong. He's been run and carry off that halfback's been very important for the Saints, and that's what Saints is built around right now is defense, especially that halfback run.
Yeah, we said it last week. Is Ross Lyon a genius?
Yeah, yeah,
he's a bloody good coach.
Yeah, 100%. He's switched him around. Like I keep hearing something about on the footy show. No, not the footy show. I can't remember what it is. AFL Classified, Footy Classified.
Footy Classified, yep.
Yeah, when they've got the panel there, yeah. Someone, I think Ross Lyon told someone they had to go lose 5 kilos.
Yep.
Just so he could actually be fit into the team and stuff. Like that's how hard he wanted them to work, so they could actually
he joins in,
be competitive.
Yeah.
And be competitive in this season. Like last year, they were up there, but not up there.
Mm-hmm.
this year they're definitely up there. So we had Steele as well, 28 touches, 11 tackles, 7 score involvements and 5 clearances. That was very big again. Ross, 27, 5 clearances. Marshall, how good's Marshall?
Big, mate. That was a big game.
26 touches, 28 hit-outs, 10 tackles, 9 intercepts and 9 score involvements. Pfft, bloke's a freak.
Mm-hmm.
Probably all Australian ruckman right there. I'm going early.
We'll see.
I'm going early for it. Travis Boak, he's turned back the clock, had 30.
Yep.
7 score involvements. Butters, 27. Wines, 26. Horn Francis, 25. He was another one that had a big game.
He did.
7 tackles, 18 contested, 7 score involvements and 11 tackles. Talking points, Tricky.
11 clearances, sorry.
11 clearances, sorry. So the talking points.
Obviously, you mentioned there, Horn Francis had a huge game, which included 6 clearances in the first quarter and 10 clearances in the first half. So he went a bit quiet the second half, but how good can this kid be?
When he first came to Port, he didn't have that big of a start.
Yeah.
Now he's actually starting to build into his game. And I hope he keeps going with it. Like, for him to be, what is he now? How
19,
old is he?
20.
19, 20. And he's doing that off the back, like back of himself, back of his home fans.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's not much more as an 18, 19-year-old can do coming into his second season at AFL and only playing a handful of games.
Yeah.
Like you said about Mitch Owens, is it? Mitch
Owens, yep.
Yeah, Owens. Another gun that's really found his form and, found everything this year.
Yeah.
So,
begs the question, though, why is he still being booed if they're not even North Melbourne supporters? I'd understand if it's North Melbourne, but...
Personally, I don't know. I was reading through the Essendon Facebook group,
mm-hmm.
and people thought it must have been our home game for some reason. I knew it was away, but they were saying, "Look, let's be the first team to not boo him, first crowd to not boo him, and all that kind of stuff." Like, it's getting out of hand. Like, he's just a 19-year-old going out there having a kick with a couple of mates. Like, why keep booing him? What's he done to you guys?
Yep.
He hasn't done much.
Exactly.
He's a ex-North Melbourne player. Leave it to them. That's it.
Exactly. That's what I think. We'll skip that next point and go to the next game. So, to open up the Saturday, we had Brisbane Fremantle. Brisbane 17-13, 115 defeated Fremantle 10-7-67 by 48 points. You had Danaher, McCarthy kicking 3, Hipwood and Ashcroft, Bailey and Cameron all kicking 2, Gunston, Rayner, McKenna with 1 each. You had Brayshaw, Swakowski, O'Meara all with 2, then Jackson, Walters, Amos and O'Driscoll with 1. Disposals, you had Neil with 35, 7 tackles, 24 contested and 13 clearances.
Standard.
Ashcroft, 28, 2 goals and 7 score involvements.
Goal of the year.
Dunkley, 28 and 8 tackles. Then for the Freo, you had Young, 33 with 685 metres gained, and Brayshaw, 30 with 2 goals. And I spelt the wrong there, but you get the point with 27. And talking points, as you mentioned, Will Ashcroft's goal of the year contention.
How about it?
Yeah, how about it?
Mate, I think it was in the air as he kicked it.
Mm.
Yeah, he literally got up, jumped in the air, put it on the boot, goal. I've seen a better angle when someone actually videoed it from the crowd, and it's unbelievable. You don't see that every day.
And moving on to the next point, you might want to expand on this whole situation a bit after this, but Freo emerging midfielder, I didn't write his name down there, but it's Johnson, offered a 2-match suspension for his dangerous tackle on Dane Zorko, graded as careless conduct, high impact, and high contact.
So, obviously, you guys have probably touched on this a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So, what I think of it is you can't tackle anyone.
Yeah.
Look, fair enough. If both arms are pinned, understandable. But, and if it is a slinging motion, understandable. But the point of tackling is, if you drive them into the ground and you've pinned them, bang, that's how we've been taught to tackle. It got brought up on a segment on one of the footy shows, and why I think it was Brad Scott was talking about it, and why aren't we getting taught how to properly tackle then without hurting the player?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where the AFL's got to actually come in and actually bring someone out and teach them how to properly tackle. Otherwise, it's going to be everyone's just going to end up getting a week. And what happens if everyone in the emerging of Brownlow votes for Brownlow
Got a week for a dangerous tackle.
got a week for a dangerous tackle, right? And the bloke wins it off. Let's say it's not going to happen, but 8 votes.
Mm,
How silly is that?
very silly.
So I feel like it's either they get someone in or they really start rating these tackles a bit lower than what they're rating them. Otherwise, it's just going to get out of hand.
The right step's been taken, but it's gone a bit far. I think they're doing
Yeah.
the wrong ones, and some are getting missed.
Yeah, correct. Sam Durham just got done for the week on the weekend, and was it a dangerous tackle? Was it not? It was a bit iffy, but in my eyes, like that's just a standard fair tackle.
And obviously, did you see Michael Walters' goal as well? He slotted a brilliant goal too. Oh, he. Did
Oh
nice
yes,
on it.
yes I did.
Yep.
Dribbler, little dribbler along the boundary.
Yeah.
Vintage.
They were saying if that was any other week, that would be goal of the week. It's a shame that it's in the same week as same game and same week as Ashcross. But injuries, you had Zorko with a hamstring and Rich with a calf. Now you want to take the battle of the bridges. What a game this was, and what a comeback! And no better man to seal it. He's really got some ice in his veins. This bloke.
Oh mate, Toby Green.
Yeah, I love him.
Standing ovation to him. Last year he really stepped up as a leader. Took over most of the captaincy. Honestly, man, seriously, he's got something about him that no one else does. You look at it, like Franklin had 3, Haywood had 3, and McDonald had 3. Papley, Clark, Laddams, Goulden, Warner, Parker, and McLean had 1 each.
Mm-hmm.
Our man Toby Green had 4. Perryman, O'Halloran had 2. Cornelia had 2. Hogan 2. Himmelberg, Bedford, Cadman?
Yep.
And Daniels had 1. Green won it, personally, single-handedly for him.
Well, he did
Kick
off
and
that
fall.
last goal, yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, the last
but
goal.
his overall performance as well.
Yeah, 4 goals. Parker, 33, 2 goal assists, 12 score involvements, and 11 clearances. Warner, 29. 6 tackles, 8 score involvements, 5 clearances, and 557 metres gained. Goulden, 27, 6 tackles and 6 clearances. Lloyd, 25. Green, 31, 13 tackles. That was big.
That's Tom Green.
Yep. Sorry, I should mention that. Cornelio, 28, 2 goals, 2 goal assists and 8 score involvements, 7 clearances and 564 metres gained. Kelly,
Big game
27. Correct. Kelly had 27, 6 tackles and 6 clearance, and Callahan had 26. Finn Callahan.
He's a good player, isn't he?
Yeah, one of the boys at Marinda Park, Matt Campbell, actually played in a first 11 premiership with him.
In cricket, yeah.
Yep.
What's he like as a cricketer?
Apparently he's a gun cricketer too.
Yeah.
So, but like he's turned it around as well this year. Like as a junior coming into the AFL, he's played well. Talking points.
We already mentioned Toby Green, so we can move on for that one. Go to the Peter Laddens point, probably.
Yeah. Instrumental for Swans, 34 hit-outs and 24 touches.
That's a good game. Unfortunately, they didn't get the win in the end.
Nah, but he's come across from the power, wanting more game time for the ruck and everything, and I reckon that's a standout performance for him.
Yep, this is another last quarter lead that the Swans have coughed up too. Remember they did it against Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide? Yeah, Port Adelaide when Aaliyah saved it.
Yep. I think they just need to, I don't know, learn just to finish a game. It's like Essendon. Like, we need to learn to finish a game. Coming off, Sydney came off a big smashing against Geelong. It's hard to get back from that. Like, it's, to still lose by a point, that's still devastating for them. But I still think they're whereabouts in the top 8.
Yeah. Defensive 50 stoppages is really what killed the Swans in the last quarter. This included 3 in the last quarter that all converted to goals, which is really disappointing. And I put Buddy can still have an impact on a game, because when it looked like Jerry West could come back, Buddy kicked, I think, 2 in a row. Even though this will probably be his last season, he can still have an impact on a game.
He can, no doubt about it, but I feel like he shouldn't have signed on again this year. In a way, he should have gone out on a high, not really a high, losing grand final, but gone out on coming into a grand final and, just not playing next year, especially like how many outs has he already had this year? How many weeks?
1 or 2 or 3 maybe, yeah, but I think they're just trying to manage him.
The first one...
They probably only need 15 games from him this season, really.
The first one was, it was a bit bit rough on him. Like he got suspended for an accidental thing. But the other two, like he's been out for a bit, and you can't really keep managing and managing and managing. It's not really worth having the player there then.
Yeah, and we already touched on Finn Callahan, but Xavier O'Halloran fined $1,500, which can be reduced to $1,000 with an early plea for engaging in a melee and wrestling. So
I like it. I like to see it.
You like to see it. Western Bulldogs Hawthorn. It was a very interesting first half, not very skill-wise, but Bulldogs came away with the win, 14-10-94, defeated Hawthorn 9-11-65. You had Big Norton with 4, Ugle-Hagen with 2, Lobb with 2, English, Scott, Jones, Daniel, and Williams all with 1. Then you had Bruce with 3, Newcomb with 2, Lewis, Day, Warple, and Sicily. Disposals, you had Caleb Daniel with 27, 7 tackles, 6 score involved, 6 clearances. McRae with 26, 7 tackles and 6 clearances. And Dale with 25, 566 metres gained. Day had 30 with 6 score involvements and 7 clearances. Hardwick 27, 12 marks. Nash 26, Sicily 26, 6 score involvements and 550 metres gained. While Warple also had the 25 with 6 score involvements and 8 clearances. Mitch Lewis, what do you think of his return?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
He makes that forward line.
Even though he had the 1 goal 4, he still had 16 disposals and 11 marks. Imagine if he kicked straight.
Big day out. Like I said, he made that forward line look complete again. Bringing it to ground. And like I read something about bringing it to ground, and he was all the smalls, like he had Luke Bruce kick 3 or whatever. Like it makes an impact for Hawthorn.
Exactly, yeah.
The last couple of weeks for him, it's been a bit hard.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him back, and he's a young player, but for a young player to come back and be so important for them, it really shows what Hawthorn can build to.
Exactly. Artie Jones, or Arthur Jones, kicks his first goal in the AFL. This is really good to see because he's a lively character, good old Artie Jones.
Did you see when he had his first win?
Yeah.
Going around, like he wouldn't come in.
Yeah, he's so good.
Mate, he's like a little live wire. And I'll talk to you something about Bulldogs. Like, Shane's dad goes for the Bulldogs, and he said, look, they're missing someone out there that's real live wire in their little forward line, getting the boys up and about. And that was something Cody Waitman did for him. He was a little pest, we'll say. But also, he had the energy and stuff, and that's what Arthur Jones does.
Yeah, I agree. Bontempelli has his 200 now. Where will he /does rank as an all-time great Bulldog player? Can he go down as the best Bulldog to ever put on the jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he needs a Brownlow first.
So if he gets a Brownlow, he solidifies it for you, and if he doesn't, he doesn't.
Not fully solidifies it for me, but it's top 2 for sure.
Him and probably, it's hard to say because you didn't see Ted Whitten play as well.
Yeah, there's that. But then you've got the likes of like Brad Johnson and all that kind of stuff. But in saying that, Brad Johnson was probably one of the best Bulldogs small forwards going around. So you put him under in that category. But like Bont, 100%, he should possibly almost go top 2 easily.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next game, you got Saturday night, and what a cracking Saturday night it was. Not, anyways, Melbourne North.
Can we skip these?
We can skip the Saturday nights.
Mate, they're like it was. I'll give you. All right, I'll go Carlton's game.
Yep, Carlton's game.
Look, I'll talk one little thing about North and that.
Mm-hmm.
How about that broken?
Oh, geez, that was bad. They didn't even want to show the replay.
Did you hear how long he's out for now?
The season, I think.
And halfway through next season.
Jesus.
I had a look at it. It wasn't not the best view. But at first it didn't look like much.
Yep.
But like it was pretty bad after I saw the leg just go whoop.
Yeah.
Like that shows it's really bad. But that's probably the only real talking points about that game because it was real boring, and I think I watched half of the game and I turned it off. But Carlton's game we'll talk about because big man,
Big Charlie Curnow with 9.
9.
How good was he? Even though it was arguably against Witches' hats.
It doesn't matter. You kick 9, you kick 9.
Exactly.
Might
just chuck it on charge if you keep talking.
Yeah, go on. What was there? So we'll talk about most of the game. We'll talk about the highlights. Like we've got O'Neill with 2, Allen 2, Cully, Witherden. both kick 'em one. And then we had Kerno with 9, Silvani 3, Mackay 2, Dernan, Newman, Honey, Kennedy, Hollins, Kemp, Chera, Cripps, and Akers all kick 'em one. Disposals, we had Kelly for 27, 8 tackles, Akers 34, 11 score involvements, Newman 34, 14 marks and 10 score involvements, Cripps 33, 8 tackles, 23 contested, 13 score involvements, and 8 clearances. Mate, there is a lot of Carlton players in here. We have one West Coast, and that was Kelly. Stand out, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Only real standout for them was Kelly, but geez, Carlton just tear him apart.
I was
not even really a point going through them, but one player I'd say to look out for as a surprise All-Australian or could make that second squad as they did is Nick Newman.
Yep.
Really liking his
he's
games.
playing well, but did you hear about what they were trying to do for Charlie Kerno?
I'd try and just give it to him to get 10.
Yeah, and everyone was getting in the way. That was pretty funny when I heard about that. So, but I think he scored 9 goals, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Kick straighter, mate.
One thing I do want to talk about, though, is Tom De Koning. Now, he's out of contract at the end of the year. A lot of talk about him. And supposedly in his third year, he was managed. Not last week or the week before, he was managed. Now, you don't get managed in your third year when you're 5 games in.
No.
You were dropped.
Correct.
Then the next week, last week, was left out again, played in the VFL, concussed. So now he messes, he's not up for selection this week. What's his worth? I personally believe to get him out of Carlton, you're going to have to pay him upwards of 600.
Yeah. Upwards. But it's hard to choose. You can't sit there. He's worth 600, right? But you sit there and you go, well, hold on a minute. He's not playing AFL at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not playing AFL at the minute, is it really worth paying over for him than them paying under, and you get a bargain out of it.
Yeah.
But in also saying that, if you pay over for him, you make sure that you actually work on him really hard and actually get him to AFL standards.
Yeah. That's pretty much that game. But do you want to take your Essendon
Not really.
Bombers?
Nah. Oh, actually, real quick on Tom De Koning, where would he go?
It's a tough one. He's got links to St Kilda.
Does he want to play with his brother?
That could be another one too to go into Geelong, because Geelong don't have a real dominant ruckman either.
Well, none of that. You got Stanley and Segler that are probably going to retire soon.
Yeah.
So their ruck stocks aren't that big. So all right, we'll go to the Sunday game. Essendon vs Geelong. I was actually out this game.
Remember the whole game?
Yeah, I was sober. But Tom Hawkins,
Star.
He's.
Yeah.
I'll go through the highlights real quick. So Essendon v Geelong. Essendon 16-8, 104, defeated by Geelong 20-12, 132, 28 points. We lost by. Goal kickers, Wiedemann 5, Stringer 4, Shield 2, McDonald, Tippermoody, Caldwell, Hobbs, Draper, Redmond 1. Then we had Hawkins for 8, career best. Cameron 3, Simpson 2, Bruin 2, Henry 2, Close, Rowan and Holmes 1. Disposals, we had Parrish for 38, 10 score involvements and 9 clearances, Stringer 26, 4 goals, 20 contested and 11 clearances. Dangerfield 28, 3 goal assists, 9 score involvements. 15 inside 50s, Jesus, that's danger. 10 clearances and 681 metres gained.
Big
Stewart,
game.
very big game. Stewart 26, 577 metres gained as well. Talking points. Hawkins kicks career high goals.
What was it like watching that live?
Well, when you've got a bloke that kicks 5 in the first quarter, it was very heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting him to kick 10, 12.
Yeah.
Just have a real big day. When you kick 5 in the first quarter, you really think someone's on.
Yeah.
But it was a masterclass,
Mm-hmm.
say. But then for him to, I didn't even know 8 was his career high. 7 was,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's got 8. When everyone said that, I was like, no, you're joking me. He's been playing for how long?
Yeah.
You'd think he would have kicked more than 7, but credit to him, he played well, and he had 16 touches to go with it as well. Half of his touches were goals.
Exactly. And Patrick Dangerfield influence, hasn't he turned it around after getting a lot of criticism about the way he was playing and getting the captaincy, and he's turned it around massively. And he's a big thing about why Geelong are back, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. Captain's got to stand from the front. Like you've got Joel Selwood that did it for many years. Now you've got Danger. He's got to start leading from the front through the midfield, which he really showed it on Saturday, and I'll give credit to him. Like his run and carry through the centre was like probably one of the best games I've seen him play.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say that because he probably has had so many games, but like I don't really get to watch Dangerfield, do I? Because don't go for him. So probably the best game I've seen him play. For sure.
And how'd you rate Stringer's game? He had a massive game.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Brad Scott noticed we're getting beaten in the centre and we threw Stringer in. Oh, Stringer started but wasn't getting much of the ball. Then he finally started to play some good footy, which is good because, coming off a hamstring injury and so many injuries and getting criticised for it, for him to run out and do that, it's massive. So I hope he keeps it up and we beat Port Adelaide this week.
Yeah. And then injuries, you had Bowes with a calf and Rowan with a hamstring. In the next game, you had Richmond Gold Coast 6-12-48. Richmond defeated by Gold Coast 11-6-72. Samson Ryan kicked 2. Bolton, Serrano, Soldo, and Revolt all with 1. Yeah, Big Ben King with 4. Holman with 2. Anderson, Ainsworth, Alice, Fiorini, Witts all with 1. Disposals, you had Torano with 32, 8 score enrollments and 8 clearances. Short with 32, 11 marks and 5 clearances, 760 metres gained. Then for the Suns, you had Anderson with 32, 7 score enrollments and 9 clearances. McPherson off that half-back line, 31 and 8 intercepts. Powell off the half-back line as well, 28, 13 marks, 10 intercepts and 544 metres gained. Rao had 26, 9 tackles and 8 clearances, which was just a bull, really. Alice with 25 and Atkins with 25, 11 marks and 547 metres gained. Talking points, accuracy in front of goals was the clear decider in this game.
Mate, it's the clear decider in every game for Richmond this year. First game draw.
Yep.
Couldn't kick straight. I haven't really looked at many games for Richmond this year, but like their accuracy has not been good.
Yeah.
That it's the talking point of of that team every week, I'm guessing, with it. Especially when they lose. Like, if they win, good on them, but still, you need to get your accuracy on point. Like, seriously.
Now, I've also wrote, Richmond have now lost 5 in a row. It's time for Damien Harwood to go back to the drawing board because whatever he's doing isn't working.
Well, they spent a lot for Hopper and Taranto and they're not winning games, so was it really worth it?
Could be. I think it was more an investment for the long run too, as well.
Yeah, but what? So they'll probably replace Cochin and Martin.
Yep.
But right now, Cochin and Martin are playing in the same side.
Cochin doesn't deserve to be playing in that 22.
No?
No.
No? All right, that's fair.
I personally think Cochin went on a year too long.
Okay, no, that's fair. But like I said, Cochin and Martin are both playing in the same side. They've replaced Martin because Martin's playing forward now.
Yeah.
So that's understandable. But Cochin's sort of still playing in that midfield role / forward role, and so is Martin. But you can't say you're replacing these blokes if they're still playing in the same 22.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really is back to the drawing board for him because he needs to find a win somewhere else. Yeah, it might be time for him to go.
Nick Holman's pressure and work rate was enormous. He finished with 2 goals, 15 disposals, 6 tackles, and 25 pressure acts.
It's big.
Mm-hmm.
It's big in a game.
Yeah.
Especially with the pressure acts.
And I'm really liking Darcy McPherson's move to halfback. Probably goes a bit unnoticed because we don't watch Gold Coast as much because being over in Victoria, but as he was a half forward, just really on the edge of getting a selection, in and out, moved to halfback, and he's just dominating the last few
Nailed
weeks.
it. Oh, good.
Do you want to take the next game and I'll chime in with a bit of stuff too? Because I haven't got much talking points, but you want to take the very last game of the round.
No, mate. No, it's Collingwood's game.
You sure?
It's Collingwood's game.
All right,
you got this one.
Adelaide versus Collingwood. Adelaide 7-16-58 defeated by Collingwood 8-11-59. Another near heart attack for me. Just a weekly thing.
Just before you go on, accuracy again.
Yeah.
Accuracy again. Even with you blokes, 8 goals, 11.
Yeah.
It's just accuracy.
So Chase Jones kicked 2, Pentler up with 2, Rankin, Walker, Sloan all with 1. Then you had Myercheck with 3, Josh Dacos, Johnson, Noble, Frampton, Hoskin, Elliott all with 1. Josh Dacos had 31 and 7 clearances. Mitchell had 29, 6 tackles and 7 clearances. Nick Dacos had 27 with 5 clearances. Dawson had 30 with 5 clearances and 696 metres gained. He was huge. And Laird had 29. Now, talking points, I had Darcy Moore again, led from the front with 23 disposals, 9 intercepts and 6 marks. He was huge. He's really picked up the last few weeks.
Yeah. He's shown what... Well, everyone knew he was going to be captain.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. It was a no-brainer for him to be captain. I heard about his speech last week on the Anzac Day. That was a good one.
Very well spoken.
You know, like everything he's doing, like I feel like he's actually like grown as a player and as a person as well, coming as captain now. So hopefully he can keep up the form though. But when it comes time again, Essendon versus Collingwood, I hope he spills a couple marks.
Now, we had me being a Collingwood supporter here, we had no reason to win that game.
When? On
Sunday. We had no reason to win that game. I know last quarter you never count them out, but we had no reason why we should have won that game. Adelaide dominated the whole night until the last quarter, with Collingwood winning the inside 50 count 15-5 and dominated around stoppages, winning the clearance count 16-4 in the last. I don't know how, like, me as a supporter too, I don't know how we keep doing it, but can we do it all game? Because I'm going to need a defib soon.
It is the talking point of you blokes.
Mind you, though, we had a 4-day break, same as you, and we didn't train all week. So, and going up against Adelaide are a good side, especially at home.
Now they are, yeah.
Yeah, so 4-day break, no training, to pull off something like that is really
I feel
special.
like it's just another thing. Like 4 quarters, you guys got to play 4 quarters. Like you can't just come out and bank your wins off 1 quarter.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what happened last year against Geelong.
Mm-hmm.
Even Sydney last year, you guys switched off in the 4th.
Yep.
So for once, you guys were actually dominating that game last year against Sydney, and you switched off in that 4th, and look what happened. You finally got done by a point. So.
Yeah. Then we nearly came back again.
Yeah.
I think we got out to 5 goals down that one and nearly came back.
Exactly. So, but like, it's just teams have got to find a way to push through it, and not let the pressure get to them, and be calm, especially when there's time on footy.
Yeah.
Right. And that's another thing I like about Collingwood. There's time on footy, so you guys have got plenty of time to race back. 30 minutes or 20 minutes in a game is a long time with time on.
Exactly.
So, which, like I said, generally the quarters almost go for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Another talking point real quick.
Yep.
Ben Keys.
Went to Nick Dacos at the start. Didn't pursue of it all game.
No, but it got to Nick Dacos' head a bit.
Yeah, it did, because he didn't have a very much efficiency with his kicking as much as he normally would. Still picked up the 27 though.
Yeah. Were they damaging enough?
Not what he's normally like, but he still played decently, I thought.
Okay. But yeah. Look, it's a smart move.
Yeah.
Someone had to.
I don't think Ben Keys is a very minority of people that could do it.
Yeah.
Because he can also play multiple roles because Nick Dacos can play half forward, can play half back and go in the middle. Ben Keys is a midfielder who's been put forward as a pressure forward.
Correct.
So there's a very minority. Most people, I believe, and this is not even me being biased, everyone's saying it too, because the flexibility in Nick Dacos' game and his work rate and fitness, no matter if you do get on top of him eventually,
he'll dominate somewhere else.
He'll find a way to manipulate it. He'll go somewhere else and he'll run you off your legs.
So
there's not a lot of people that can keep up with him all game. Yeah. It's almost like in the last quarter he's running the same way as he did in the first.
Yeah.
And he'll cover, 15 and 16 kilometres a lot of the games. So
that's fair. No,
but he wasn't as effective. I will agree with that. So.
It's smart, though. That's why I feel like AFL teams need... Oh, other AFL teams...
Well, Craig McRae's open to it. Did you see his pre-game interview? They're like, is this the week that Nick gets tagged? And in his club press conference, he was like, surely this is the week. Yeah. And then he goes, I think they're like, so do you think he'll get tagged? He goes, I've been open in saying I'd tag Nick if I was coaching him. I don't know how I'd do it, but I'd do it. He goes, he's flabbergasted that no one's really tried it. So he's just like, if I was, they're like, they're stupid. If I was coaching against Nick, I'd be tagging him. Don't know who, but
100%.
I'd get it done.
You sit there and you look at, you got to analyse the game, and if he's damaging off that half back, if he's damaging off the half forward midfield, either wherever he goes, you look at it and you go, you put either your best, not your best forward obviously, but your most pressure forward onto him.
Yep.
If he goes forward, you put your most pressure back onto him. Centre, tag him
Yep.
straight away. Hard, body him out, everything, because he hasn't got much body on him.
Yeah. I thought we'll just talk about the top 8 as well. So Collingwood have secured the top spot. Melbourne are in second. St Kilda are third. Brisbane are fourth. Port Adelaide are fifth. Carlton are sixth. Geelong has snuck into the 8 now in 7th spot. And the Crows are 8th. And the ones that are on the same amount of wins as 6 to 8 are Essendon in 9th and Bulldogs in the 10th. So you were in the 8 originally, weren't you? This is your first week outside the 8, would I say?
Yeah,
yes.
It is. We'll sit in top 4 actually. So we've just gone from top 4 to 9th. Lovely. Collingwood deserve it. They've played some, like I said, played some good footy. St Kilda, someone's actually finally starting to beat them. Melbourne, a couple of easy wins.
Yep.
Brisbane, another couple of easy wins for them.
Mm-hmm.
Port Adelaide, they fought hard. Carlton, easy win. Tough loss against Adelaide. Geelong, they've got their mojo back.
Yeah.
And Adelaide, well, we all know what Adelaide's forward line's like, so. And Essendon, well, I didn't think we'd be up here.
All right, now brace your ears because I don't know how loud this is going to come across, but it's time.
Phillips, great grab. He's been so impressive this bloke. First
Phillips off the ground, goal! Oh, the big goal! Oh, good tackle on that occasion by Phillips. Aggressive tackle it was by Phillips.
It's the Andrew Phillips Team of the Year. Now, Connor has sent me through his names. I gave him a couple of suggestions, and both of them got approved. And yes, so the first player we're going to go with, and it's no surprise, it's the skipper of the GWS Giants, Toby Green, for his 4 goals and 22 touches. That's one. And and last week winner was Tom Hawkins.
Oh,
so
really?
He slides in at full forward. He was up against Brent Daniels. I think he won convincingly 9 votes to 2 in the end.
There we go.
And the other one is one of your boys from Essendon.
Here we go.
Going with, I suggested this one and he didn't mind it. Big key forward. I thought he played really well. Sam Wiedemann with his big 5 goals. So there's your 2 for the Andrew Phillips Team of the Year this week. I'll post it on the poll either on Thursday night or Friday during the day. Your choices are Toby Green or Sam Wiedemann. Now, the new segment, if you can just pass me my book there, please, JP.
No worries, mate. There you
I
go.
thought of something. I was like, even though I'm the host, I've got to have a bit of my own segments. So, as JP just enjoys himself there,
Oh, that's fine.
I was like, I've got to have my own segment. So, I've decided to do Tricky's Team of the Week and backed it up with a rolling All-Australian squad, which will be changed.
Here we go.
And I've got stats for the Team of the Week to back up with any ones that at the end of it you can question, and then I'll say why I chose them.
Go on.
From the full back line, the back pockets, I've got Will Powell and Charlie Ballard.
Okay.
Full back, I've got Callum Wilkie.
Yep.
The half backs are Jack Sinclair and Darcy McPherson.
Yep.
This is the Team of the Week, sorry. And centre half back is Darcy Moore.
Okay.
My wings are Josh Dacos and Blake Acres.
Yep.
My centre is Clayton Oliver. My half forward flanks are Toby Green and Jake Stringer.
Ooh,
My
yep.
centre half forward originally was Sam Wiedemann, but I changed it to Jeremy Cameron.
Yep.
Forward pockets are Tom Hawkins and Aaron Norton.
Hawkins
Very
in the
tough.
pocket. Jesus.
Because full forward is Charlie Kerner.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Oh, yeah, he was playing against Witches. Come on.
My ruckman for this week is Rowan Marshall.
Yep.
My ruck rover is Christian Petrarca.
Okay.
And my rover is Paddy Cripps. My interchange is Nick Newman, Sam Wiedemann, Lockie Neal, Jason Horn-Francis, and the sub is Will Ashcroft. And on the next page, I'd also, my emergencies or unlucky ones to miss out were Darcy Parish, Patrick Dangerfield, Noah Anderson, and Jordan Dawson. Any ones that you were like, about?
Give me a look at your team, mate.
So there's my team of the week for what we just do, round 7. We're going into round 7.
No, that was round 7.
Round 7. That's my round 7 team of the week.
It's a pretty standard team, mate. Like, Can't really argue. The ones that are unlucky like are Darcy Parish and you've got Paddy Dangerfield sitting in the emergencies. Like it's pretty hard to leave them out.
Yeah.
But you can't be in the team of the week every week. So
Now onto my rolling All Australian squad. This one was tougher.
all right.
Okay, so back pocket, I think purely for his last few weeks.
Yep.
And this is not necessarily where he plays, but he plays around this area in the back line. So back pocket, I got Darcy Moore.
Yeah.
Full back, I've got Harris Andrews. I reckon he's having a really good year.
Okay. Yeah.
And the other back pocket, I've got Tom Stewart.
Oh, you gotta have Tommy Strew in there.
Half back, one half back is Jack Sinclair.
Yep.
Centre half back is Callum Wilkie.
Okay.
The other half back is Nick Dacos.
Yep. No brainer.
My wings are Josh Dacos and Mason Wood.
Yeah. Mason Woods had a really good start to the year.
Centre is Marcus Montepelli.
Okay.
My half forwards are Christian Petrarca and Charlie Cameron.
Yeah.
My centre half forward is Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah.
My forward pockets are Toby Green and Tom Papley.
All right.
My full forward is Charlie Curnow. My ruck. Now, who'd you say before?
Ron Marshall.
Nah, going with Tim English. Ruck Rovers, Clayton Oliver, and my rover is Jordan Dawson. On the interchange, I've got Darcy Parish.
Yep.
Lockie Neal.
Yep.
Patrick Cripps. Isaac Rankin. And my sub is Caleb Sarong. On watch for people, these are the people that I'm watching that could go out of the side. Tom Papley.
Yep.
And Isaac Rankin. I think they've been a bit quiet, but I'm willing to give them another week.
Yep.
Closing in on selection. Tom Hawkins, Patrick Dangerfield, and Blake Acres are all closing in on selection.
Okay.
So is there anyone there that you would think? So obviously, I'll read out again. Darcy Moore, Harris Andrews, Tom Stewart, Jack Sinclair, Callum Wilkie, Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, Marcus Bontempelli, Mason Wood, Christian Petrarca, Jeremy Cameron, Charlie Cameron, Toby Green, Charlie Curnow, Tom Papley, Tim English, Clayton Oliver, Jordan Dawson. Then interchange, Darcy Parish, Lockie Neal, Patrick Cripps, Isaac Rankin, and the sub is Caleb Sarong.
Ron Marshall, mate. Come on.
Nah, Tim English has been the number
He
one
has.
ruck
He
this
has.
year.
I forgot about Timmy English. Like, he's just the type of bloke that it's hard to, like, I don't keep up with him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But you hear about Ron Marshall, like, with St Kilda, like, he's dominant.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'd be out of them too
Mhm.
for All Australian ruck.
Yep.
100%
Yep.
easily. Dangerfield closing in. That's a no brainer. Like he's starting to find his best form again. Curnow,
No brainer.
again.
Jeremy
Right.
Cameron, no brainer.
Yeah. Papley,
That's why I said on watch. I'm willing to give him another week.
like I said, like Papley, like he's one that can really switch off.
Yeah.
Charlie Cameron, I'll rather down there.
Mm-hmm. I've got him on the flank.
I know, but I'd rather him down as a pocket down at Curnow's feet straight away because he's more lively down there than Papley.
Yep.
Who else do you have? Give me a look. Here we go. Have a look at this team. Huh? There's not much else I can actually quote you on about them. Like they've been pretty all consistent. Real quick talking point actually.
Yep. go for it.
Jordan Dawson.
Unbelievable moved into the midfield, hasn't
Yeah.
he? Hasn't he been good?
How's that switched Adelaide's form around? Like him going in there.
And getting the captaincy in his second year was a big shock. But he's backing it up.
He was the most experienced player.
Rumour
I'd
has
say.
it Tom Doherty thought he was getting it.
Nah.
That's what the rumour was. He's well spoken apparently, but yeah.
Jordan Dawson backs up his form every week though.
Mm.
So, Jordan Dawson's been a good switch. So, all right.
Now, unfortunately, guys, cause Holty's away, there is no grub files this week. I tried to get him in, but he was just a bit too busy. So we'll go to the Super Coach for the results, and then we'll get our final tips and our final words before we head off.
Easy.
So if I load up the Super Coach, up the guts competition for round 7, if it wants to load up.
I'll get the matches up so we've got them there.
Here we go. Not game, no leagues, not game day. League, Verk League. Here we go. The guts comp. Loading. Here we go.
How many people we got in?
16, I believe.
Ooh. Well done, guys. Good stuff.
Actually, no, it is game day.
Come on, Trick.
Up the guts, see all matches. Here we go. So in the up the guts comp for round 7, you had Riles 2,283 defeated Chickadees 2,084. You had Bloods and Crips 1,369 defeated by Dullars Domination. Dulla 2,286. Tricky's Troops 2,172 defeated Calculations Go Hard, which is Jaden, my mate you met.
Yep.
1,937. Bailey Sniff 2,163 defeated Frothy's Fray 1,982. 4 Left 2,226 defeated Demonstrative 2,135. Coke with Ginningham 1,953 defeated by Wannabe Cuz 2,070. Port Adelaide Powder 1,870 defeated by Fill-In 2,311. And how's this for a match? Mavs team last year's winner 2,330 defeated by his brother Zach 2,331. I messaged Zach straight away and I said, how stiff? He goes, this is fucking bullshit. This is absolutely rigged. This is bullshit. I want bullshit. He goes, no, they didn't update, blah, blah. This is bullshit. He goes, he was fuming. Messaged me back 5 minutes. Guess what? The scores have updated. Now I won by a point. It was quite funny when I heard he's got his message back after that. But going over the top 8 at the moment, you've got Dullars Domination sitting on top, undefeated at the moment. 4 Left is also in second spot, undefeated. In It to Win It, Zach is 3rd. Riles is 4th. I am 5th. Wannabe Cuz is 6th. Fill-In is 7th. And Frothy's Fray is 8th. And Connor is 10th. And last year's winner, Mavs team, is 9th.
Wow.
So, yeah. That's the Supercoach competition going in. And
Keep getting it in, guys.
yes, good luck.
Actually get the good teams going.
JP was very good last year.
Yeah. I'm not really into the Supercoach anymore. Was big on it. Now I'm not. But I always support you guys who does it. So hopefully we crown a new winner this year and not the same winner. So, but I hope he does come back and hopefully someone does beat Della.
We're only at the end of that one.
Moving on to tips.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday night we've got Carlton versus Brisbane.
Whereabouts?
6th v 4th, and we're playing at Marvel.
I want to say Carlton.
Carlton?
In Melbourne, yeah, I want to say Carlton. What about you? What are you saying?
It's a big tip.
Yeah?
Big tip. Yep.
You going
We'll go Carlton. How many points do you reckon?
Won't be much. Couple goals, 15, yeah.
I'll go 15. Then on Saturday at the MCG. Now the Eagles and versus Richmond at the MCG. It's always a classic.
You'd hope Richmond wins this.
You'd hope.
You got to think Richmond wins this by 6 to 8 goals minimum.
Oh, you'd hope so. But look,
for their sake.
I'm going the Roughy.
You're going West Coast.
I'm going the Roughy.
And what's going to be the deciding factor of this game? What's going to happen? Is someone going to pick a bag, or is someone just going to absolutely tear it up?
Look, the reason I'm going the Roughy is because I feel sorry for them. I hear they've only got 26
available players.
Fit available players. So I'm hoping no one else gets injured.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they do,
they're fucked.
What happens? They're fucked. So I'm going the Roughy. I'll go West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously go Richmond. So how many goals?
I want to say 8 goals.
Yeah, 8 goals.
Dusty to turn it on.
I reckon West Coast by a goal.
By a goal, yep.
Kick after the siren. Oh, wouldn't that be big?
Yep.
Then we move on to Geelong versus Adelaide.
Before you move on, sorry. Forgot to mention last week's tips. Connor got 5 right. Myself and Holty both got 6 right. So I'm in front on 38. Holty's 36 and Connor is 30.
Ooh.
Continue. Sorry about that.
So Geelong versus Adelaide, 7th versus 8th. So that'd be a big game. That's at Geelong.
I'm going to go Geelong then.
Yeah, with the form they're in. Can't stop them. But it'll be close.
Yeah.
It'll be close. Suns versus Melbourne.
Adelaide will be looking to have a big statement bounce back.
Correct. Suns versus Melbourne.
In Gold Coast.
Yep. Close game.
Melbourne.
I'm going Suns.
Okay. Well,
I'm going Suns.
yep.
Reason being, the way they played footy on Sunday against Richmond, no doubt they can't back that up. So I'm going Suns. GWS versus Bulldogs. Now this is always a classic.
I'm going to go Bulldogs, and Bontempelli to have a huge game after his 200th game last week. Had a bit of an impact, but not as much as he would have liked. I'm tipping him to have at least 20, 25 plus and kick a minimum 2.
I'll go Bulldogs as well. But I feel like this is Rory Lobb's big game.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon he's going to kick a bag.
What are we calling a bag these days?
At least bag of 5.
Bag of 5, yeah?
Yeah, I reckon a bag of 5. Then we move down to Fremantle versus Hawthorn Optus.
Freo.
Has to be Freo. Although, if Hawthorn do get up, I reckon it's on the back of Mitch Lewis.
Mitch Lewis, yep.
I reckon he kicks a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Port Adelaide versus Essendon.
And Adelaide, I'm going to go Port Adelaide.
I'm going to go Essendon, obviously.
You're going to have
but
to back him.
we like playing at Adelaide sometimes, so hopefully that backs us.
Collingwood. Collingwood versus Sydney.
Yeah, we're going Collingwood on that one. That's too easy. North Melbourne. North Melbourne going to win.
Against St Kilda.
Yeah.
You being legit?
Yeah. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
Nah.
Saints for that one.
Saints to win by 50 plus.
Yeah. They're in some unreal form too.
Oh, 100%.
Disappointing loss for them on Friday night, but
well,
they'll bounce back.
This is their bounce back.
I reckon they'll bounce back with a real statement and get them by 10 plus goals.
Yeah. So we've got Carlton for both of us. You went Richmond. I went West Coast. Then we have Geelong and Adelaide, which I think we both went Geelong.
Yep.
I went Gold Coast. You went Melbourne. We both went Bulldogs. Both went Freo. I went Essendon. You went Port. Both went Collingwood. And we both went St Kilda.
Yeah, so we'll find out at the end of the weekend how we went with those tips. But that's probably just going to wrap up this episode now, guys. I'd like to say thank you, JB, for jumping on for the last second as well.
No
Hopefully
worries,
we'll
mate.
see a bit more of appearances of you lately.
Yes, yes. I will be back on, hopefully. Couple of all the stuff is starting to die down, so I'm trying to get back on as much as possible.
Lovely, lovely. And always, as always, follow these podcasts. You can listen to it via YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and follow all our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Until next week, see you guys.
See you guys.